Hi friends, my name is RAJASEKHAR Reddy, and if you are seeing my video for the first time, just don't forget to subscribe my channel and click the bell icon. And this is my Github repository. I will provide link in the description. You can download the source code from the Github. In this video, we are going to see composite primary key in Hibernate or JPA by using an example with Spring Boot. For that, let's see a small use case. How exactly where the requirement we will get. Let's say you have in our company you have an employee ID. The employee ID might be same for different company also. Different or same might be. In this video, what we are going to learn is, let's say we have an application that manages employees of various companies. Every employee has an unique employee ID within his company, but the same employee ID can be present in another company as well. So we cannot uniquely identify an employee just by his employee ID. To identify an employee uniquely, we need to know his employee ID and the company ID both. Check out the following employees. You can see that in the database we have employees table. Employees table contains company ID and employee ID. Both are primary keys here. Email, name, some phone numbers we are storing. If you have more than one primary key, then we call as composite primary key, right? Let's take an example. Suppose I am developing an application where I am managing the employees of different companies. There will be a chance of duplicating the employee IDs. In this company I have some employee ID, and in the other company the same employee ID may be assigned to different employee also. There will be a duplicate. So that in order to overcome that issue, we are using composite primary key. In this video we are going to see how exactly we are going to use composite primary key by using an Spring Boot application. For that, what I am trying to do is, I am trying to create a new project. Here I am giving the application name as Spring Boot Demo, JPA Composite Primary Key Demo. Spring Boot I am giving. Just click on next. Here I am adding 3 dependencies. One is MySQL driver, Spring Data JPA, and web dependency I am adding. After that, just click on next, click on finish. Meanwhile, I am opening my MySQL workbench and I created one test. This is my database schema. What I am trying to drop all the tables here. Here is only one table. I am trying to drop the table here. Now no tables are available under my test schema. See, my application is got first I am trying to add some in the application.properties we need to add the database properties like that. I already done it. Just I am trying to use that properties here. You can see this is the database URL, username, password I am giving, and I am enabling dialect. I am using MySQL 5 dialect, and DDL Hibernate DDL.auto equal to update. If no table is available, it will try to create the new table, or if any changes in the table structure, it will update in the database. And I am the database queries here using debug. Logging level I am using debug, and the port number I am using 9001. This is my application.properties. This is my main Spring Boot application. What I am trying to do is, let's create first employee identity, new class, employee class I am creating in the package dot model or entity, any name you can give. Click on finish. Here what I am trying to do is, just I am trying to this is my employee class. There is no employee identity. Let's create that class here. Employee identity. I already created that live template, so that's why when I control space I get the code here. Here what I am trying to do is, in the employee identity class, it implements serializable interface, and I am in the employee identity class I have two fields. One is employee ID and company ID, and I am taking one zero parameterized default constructor and parameterized constructor. Let's implement setters and getters. Generate getters and setters. Generate equals and hash code method also. The employee ID class having on the top of the class I am writing yet embeddable annotation, and here I am validating something like, if employee ID maximum I am accepting only 20 characters. If it is the size exceeds 20, then I am throwing error, or if it is not, it should not be null. If it is null, then we are throwing the error. If the same thing for the company ID also. This is my employee identity entity class. This is my employee class. The employee class, on the top of the employee I am writing at entity. We know that in JPA we will use at entity in order to represent that class as an entity class, and the table name I am giving in the database name as the employees only. This is my primary key. We on the top of that variable we written at embedded ID, and I am writing the string email, string name, employee and default constructor. Let's implement getters and setters. Same thing for equals and hash code methods also. Let's see. Here I am using employee identity, name, email, phone number. Here I implemented some validations also. If you want, if you have the requirement, just you can add it, or otherwise you can ignore. Just now everything is okay. Let's create an employee repository class, employee repository interface in order to interact with the database. Interface, repository. I am using employee repository. Click on finish. Implements JPA repository. not implements, extends we need to use. Extends JPA repository. Here we need to give the entity class name and the primary key name. Here the primary key is composite key, right? We will use that embeddable class, embeddable, that nothing but employee ID, employee identity class. Now on the top of it, make it as set repository. Set repository. In the main class, what I am trying to do is, this class is implements command line runner. In order implements command line runner, and we need to override run method. Okay, here what I am doing is provide employee repository. Employee repository. I am trying to auto-wire it. It auto-wire. In the run method, what I am trying to do is just I am trying to just import this employee. Import this employee identity. I written some code that is nothing but if any that employee class contains employee table contains any data, just I am deleting all the data first. After that I am inserting two employees. One is some names I am inserting, the employee name, the employee ID and the company ID. Employee ID and the company ID. For two employees I am saving. When the application started, the data will be inserted into the database. Let's try to implement a controller. New class controller, employee controller. I am annotating this class at rest controller. Public, I want to return list of employees. List of employee. Get all employees. Just try to import the list and employee here. Just try to add return statement. Just write it private employee repository. Employee repository. Trying to auto-wire it. Let auto-wire. Employee repository dot find all, which will return all the employees present in here. Now we are good with the code. What I am trying to do is, now I am trying to start my application. Forgotten to write here get mapping. Yet get mapping / all. What I am trying to do is, now I am trying to start my Spring Boot application. Just right click, run as Spring Boot app. You can see that my Spring Boot application is started, and let run in the Postman. /all. Just click on send. You can see that we got the data. Let's see in the MySQL also. You can see there are 2 rows available, 2 records are available. One is RAJASEKHAR and Narendra, like that. Suppose if you want to get based on the company ID, if you give in the company ID, you want to get the employee list, then what I am trying to do, let's implement that method also. Let's implement that method. First, in the employee controller, we need to write here I am written one method, find by employee identity company ID. If I pass the company ID here, it will return all the employees available in that company. What I am trying to do in the employee controller, let me write that one. Here I am writing company ID slash the path variable. I am passing the ID itself, the company ID. Here I am writing as all employees by company ID. Let's call that method here. Find by employee ID company ID. We need to pass the company ID here. What I am trying to do is just write a path variable. Give the name ID, string ID, or make it as company ID. Which will return the employees working on the same company. Okay, now we are good with the code. What I am trying to do is, now I am trying to implement the save employee also. Copy, post method I am writing. Employee, save, making it as post. Just trying to import. Writing here at request body. And finally I am saving this employee here. Save, pass this employee here. Saving this employee. Now I am trying to restart my Spring Boot application and let's see. See, my application got started. What I am to just go to Postman and try to run it. we are getting 2 employees. Suppose I want to get this company, I will give the company ID here, and I want to get all the employees who are working there. What I will do is, make it as post, in the body make it raw, and it is JSON. Give this employee identity, and the company ID is same only. Let's take to some Hemant. Hemant@gmail.com, and make this some numbers, and I will change the URL to, okay, let's change the employee ID, so that, where is the body? You can see that now it got inserted. It is not taking the same duplicate employee in the same company, so that's why it's we got the error. Now what I am trying to do is, now I am trying to get all the employees details. You can see that there are 3 employees available with 100 in 2 different companies. Let's see why it's not working for the company ID. Company ID /D-451. Why it's not working is, I made a mistake here in order to make brackets missing here, so that's why it's not working. Now what I'm trying to do is, now I'm trying to restart my Spring Boot application, and let's see now whether it will work or not. Meanwhile, we'll just go to the database and check it out, how many tables are there, how many records are there. Just you can see only 2 employees are there. Let's check your just my application is restarted. What I am trying to do is, I am trying to insert a new employee here, the 3rd record. Just you can see the status is 200 and the record got inserted. Now I am retrieving all the employees. Just you can see there are 3 employees available in 2 different companies, and now based on the employee ID, based on the company ID, I am retrieving. Just click on send. You can see that in this company ID we have 2 employees with the same, one is employee ID number 122 and 123 available in some company D-451. This is the company ID. Like this we can use composite primary keys in JPA or JPA Hibernate. In order to use that, just you need to use the one class with the ID. On the top of the class we need to write @embeddable. In the main entity class you need to write on that employee identity class you need to write that employee embedded ID. Remaining everything is same. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you don't subscribe my video, just go and subscribe my channel, and this is my GitHub repository, and I'll place my all the source code in the GitHub. Just go there and check it out. Thank you friends. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.